For my project, I decided to recreate a death mask. This was common in Egyptian culture as they are famous for their death rituals. The mask was placed on the outside of the casket because they believed that it would help the spirit find the body so that they could be reunited. Here I have placed a bald cap and I'm applying liquid latex to keep the bald cap to stick to my face. I begin mixing the dental alginate, which is the material that I chose to help make my molding. Off video, I had applied Vaseline all over my face to help in the removal process, which is actually similar to what the Egyptians did as well. They would oil the face of the deceased before starting their process. The Egyptians used a variety of materials to make their death masks, including wood, cartonnage, and precious metals. I'm just mixing the alginate and applying it to my face. It was interesting to do this project with these materials as I'm obviously not deceased. I still needed to breathe, so I had to be really careful around my nose so that I wouldn't cover it with alginate or plaster. I used plaster sheets and dipped them in water to create a casting over the mold. If I didn't do this step, the alginate would just crumble off my face once it was dry. And Egyptians also used plaster in this step, but I'm assuming that part was a little bit easier because the person was deceased, so they could just kind of go for it. Once I was able to get my nose done, I actually ended up asking my husband to help me do my other eye. And then again, we just made sure that the plaster was going to cover everywhere and create a cast of my face. And then off video, because it needed 2 people, I mixed additional plaster and poured it into the face mold, which we let set overnight. I am removing the plaster from my mold, and here it is, my face. The nostrils were a little crazy, so I had to buy clay molding tools to carve away at the extra plaster or air bubbles that formed. I also took the molding further back into my hair than I should have, so my face looks much whiter than it is in real life. For the paint, I tried sticking to natural colors or colors that were common in Egyptian art. So I used ochres, reds, golds, blues, and blacks. I'm no artist, but this really did give me insight into the process these people might have went through to make the death masks. And in the end, I didn't love the look of the makeup that I painted on here. I just felt like it looked less like me. So I ended up rubbing off the majority of the paint, and I think the final product looks worn and old. Usually the masks that belonged to the elite class were full of precious metals and gems, but the lower classes had something that would look similar to this painted plaster. Thank you.